Welcome to the next episode of PSC TV. This time we're coming to you from Action Indoor Sports Toombul. This episode is chock-a-block. So much so, we might actually make this into a couple of different episodes. We have a phenomenal guest list with us this week. We have Brenton Brien, the Australian men's coach and Queensland men's coach, plus an Australian Masters player. We have Brendan Caust, Queensland Open men's player. We also have Dreaver, made the Australian debut this year. We may even have Jaimie Stuart. That was going to be good too. That was going to be good. You ready now? All right, now I get the privilege and opportunity to sit down and have a chat with not only a good mate of mine, but a man that's fairly heavily involved in the sport of indoor cricket. He's the Queensland Open men's coach, the Australian Open men's coach, and also a player in the Australian Masters as well. Brenton Brien, welcome.
Thanks, Stephen.
Shut up, Stu. You're not helping, mate. Yeah, just wanted to touch base with you, mate, on some of the things you're involved with in indoor cricket. Obviously, you're coach at the elite level in Queensland and Australia. What does that mean to you?
Oh, everything. Been part of the game for a long time, 20 odd years plus, nearly 30 years, I suppose, now that I think about it. So, you know, being part of the sport for such a long time and getting the opportunity to coach at national level to start with 21s, and then migrating into the Open men's side and doing that for the best part of the last 10 years has been something that I never thought that I'd get an opportunity to do, and it presented itself, and luckily the guys have played really well and made me look good, and I've managed to stay in the role for a long time. So yeah, it means absolutely everything, and it's probably my favourite part of the year.
So yeah, you really enjoy giving back to the sport, and I guess you get to see some of these young guys develop over the years, and so that's something you really enjoy as part of that?
Yeah, it's probably the most rewarding part, seeing a guy get his opportunity for the first time at state level, and you know, the enthusiasm and that they bring to the team, and the enthusiasm they have just to be part of it in something that they've always dreamed of doing. Giving a guy that opportunity, it really is good, but then watching them fulfill what you think you can see in them is something from a coaching point of view that I don't think you can put a price on. It's probably the best part of the job.
Yeah. And from your playing career point of view, when did you start playing indoor cricket?
I think it was about 1990, something like that. So yeah, it's been probably 30 years, I guess, that I started playing as a colt at Balmoral on wooden floors. The centre doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, just started playing colts as a young guy and watching the A-graders play, and very quickly got an opportunity to play A-grade, and which surprised me, but it was good fun, and yeah, managed to stay there ever since. So I don't know who didn't quite see what I thought, but yeah, they kept me there for a long time, which was great.
And what do you love about the game of indoor cricket?
I think I like the diversity. I like the fact that once you get onto the court, people of all different backgrounds, different beliefs all come together for the same thing. And I think that for me is probably the best part. Some of the best friends I've made in my life have come from this sport, and people that I may not have had the opportunity to meet if it wasn't for indoor cricket. So for me, the diversity of the game from a social point of view, I suppose, is probably something that I really enjoy.
Yep. So more on your playing career, getting the opportunity to play for Queensland and represent Australia as well, what does that mean to you?
Absolutely. I have to pinch myself at times. I've been given the opportunity to, as you say, play for Queensland for quite a number of years at Masters level, one time in Opens and many more times in Masters, which probably is more suited to my skill level. But for that, just the opportunity to do that, and then for someone to give you the opportunity to play in an Australian team and not only play but lead it has been, yeah, something that I think I'll look back on it at the end of my career when I stop playing and probably appreciate it more. Certainly now it's a great honour, something that not a lot of people can do, and I guess you've got to put it into perspective that every time you get that opportunity, it could be the last time, especially as we get older. As a player, it means just as much as a coach. I think any time you get to represent your country or state, whether coaching, water boy, physio, anyone that's represented Queensland or Australia at that level would be very proud of their achievement. So obviously I'm the same there, but it's just been a really good ride. I've been very lucky to play with some of the best players in the game, and been able to develop some of the best players in the game and have a little bit of an influence in their careers, which has obviously been great from a coaching point of view. And from a playing point of view, I know that I've influenced a few guys at Masters level as well, with some feedback that they've given me. So from that point of view, it's been good. I find it hard to talk about my playing career, but hopefully it lasts for a bit longer and I get a chance to sort of reflect on it when I retire. Yeah.
So everyone sort of calls you and knows you as Skip, and you get that nickname obviously for being a captain.
Yep.
What do you think makes a good captain?
Yeah, it's actually a good question, and something. It's a piece of advice that I got given when I first started being captain, and probably as I was developing as a captain back in the day. So this would have been quite a few years ago. And the best piece of advice I got was that it's my job to make every other player on the court look good. So it's not my job to take the over when I'm bowling to the weakest batsman, or I bat in a position where it's just easy for me. It's where it's best for the team. So I might have to sacrifice my game to a degree to be able to make other guys stand out. And I think being able to relate to people differently is a key for a captain and for a leader. You can't treat everybody the same. Some guys like a cuddle after they do something wrong. Some guys like to be, get a little bit of kick up the bottom. So it depends who you're dealing with. So I think just being able to adapt to the situation and being able to respond quickly. It's not something everybody has, and there's a lot of people that would like to do the job, and it's actually quite a difficult job. But I've just been doing it for so long, so from my point of view, I don't find it difficult anymore. I find it actually quite, not a challenge, but I find it quite satisfying. So for me, it's something that, I can be on a court, by the way, and not be captain. But yeah, I've been very lucky to captain a lot of teams.
And I guess much of what you've just said there about being a leader and a captain is probably fairly relevant to the coaching aspect as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I guess from a coaching point of view, as a captain, you can kind of hide behind the coach sometimes. You probably have a bit of an influence in a few decisions, but as a coach, the buck stops with you. So I've certainly, I wouldn't say lost friends, but I've certainly strained relationships with people over the years that I had good relationships with because I've decided one thing or the other and it hasn't gone their way. That's a tough part of coaching. It's certainly the part that if you ask any coach, it's very difficult to deal with because you do form quite close friendships with people that you coach. So that's probably one of the hardest things in the job.
Yeah. And Brenton, you and I could talk cricket for hours, and we've done it before.
We have.
So I think that might be enough for this episode
sure.
of PSC TV. We'll get you out on the court now and we'll do some coaching stuff as well. So Brenton, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Wow, what an episode. Stay tuned because we have more content coming with these guys as well next time. But just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for the ongoing support. Thanks for liking us, the great feedback we're getting. We're really enjoying giving this content to you. I hope you're enjoying it at home as well.